I'm going to be introducing your players. So our first guest started his youth career at St Helens before making his debut for the Saints in 2013. In his 7 years of playing for the Saints, he played 163 games and scored 23 tries. He was also named in the Super League Dream Team in both 2018 and 2019. In 2020, he made his switch to the NRL for Canterbury Bulldogs, going on to score his first try for the club in round 5 of the 2021 season. For the Bulldogs, he made 15 appearances in 2021 and a further 13 in 2022. On the international stage, the forward also represented England and Great Britain. He signed for Wigan back in October 2023 on a 4-year deal, and since then he's proved that he's still one of the best, appearing in 3 times in the Super League Team of the Week and scoring his first try for the Warriors in last week's game against the Catalan Dragons. Put your hands together and welcome out Luke Thompson. Emerged through the junior ranks at Leeds before spells with Featherstone, Batley, York, Oldham and Widnes. Following a significant number of impressive appearances for Salford, he made his England debut for Sean Wayne's squad that faced France in the mid-season test at Warrington in 2023. He joined the Warriors from Salford in July 2023, having made 35 appearances for the Red Devils. The prop forward had a dream debut for the club, scoring a try against the League Leopards at the DW. He went on to make 9 appearances in 2023, earning a League Leaders Shield and a Super League Grand Final in the process. He then went on to play for the Warriors in the 16 points to 12 win against the Penrith Panthers in the 2024 World Club Challenge. Please give a Riversiders welcome to Heritage number 1129, Tyler. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Right, we'll crack on. So, good evening everyone. Good evening. Good evening gents. Thank you very much for coming. It's great to have you here. Welcome to your very first Riversiders meeting. So, we're going to start with you, Tyler. So, Matt Pete took just 17 games to win his first trophy as a coach. In walks you, Tyler, 11 games, 3 trophies, boom. that is some highlights reel.
It's a fluke. Yeah, obviously it's a pretty good stats lab. I'm quite happy with it, but obviously I wouldn't have been able to do it without walking into the sort of team that I did. With the great players that were there and that's gone as well, so obviously one person would make a team. I was buzzing out about it.
So, World Cup Challenge night, obviously it's a big occasion, sell-out crowd. How are you feeling standing in that tunnel?
I'm not good with big games. I think my worst one was before the grand final where I didn't sleep. I think I was rooming with Kate as well, so I didn't sleep and then I had to talk to him all night and I think sort of a little bit. But I do get nervous before games, but it was probably one of the only games that I've got into thinking that we're going to win. So
obviously it was a really tense finish. The hooter goes and
and were World Cup champions. What did that feel like?
Yeah, it was a bit surreal. I think with sort of my history and like it's never been even crossed my mind to sort of be in games like that. So I don't think I understood the severity of it to begin with, but just realising what it sort of meant to everyone, the staff, players, the fans. It was great to be around, and I was just buzzing to be part of the history and obviously put another star on the wall.
So I'm going to come over to you now, Luke. So obviously you missed out after failing the HIA in your first game of the season. So you must have felt pretty gutted about that.
Yeah, good evening everyone. Thanks for having us. Yeah, obviously I was devastated missing that game. You know, I played my first win game at Castleford away there, picked up a head knock, which was a bit of bad luck really. And then unfortunately with the concussion protocol, missed the World Cup Challenge, so I was pretty devastated there. But yeah, it was really made up for all the lads and the team that we got the win that night. It was great to watch.
Can I just say as well, what a great reception you got from everybody here. It was almost as good as the one you got on Good Friday from the Saints fans.
A bit more pleasant than that. A bit of booze in there, no boozing.
So, did the club rally round to make sure you felt part of the occasion and the celebrations?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone was just buzzing really. You know, there was a buzz around the town and lads sort of celebrated for a couple of days. Went to Manchester, a couple of drinks and that, so yeah, I went out for a few beers, didn't have too many because I had not the week before, but joined in the celebrations and got around a lot.
So this is just a question to you both. Obviously it's been touted about taking the World Cup Challenge to Las Vegas. Is that something that, you're smiling, is that something that you're interested in? Would you be up for that?
Yeah, you have to take your bank card off and I'll probably use all that.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to go over there. Yeah, as long as you take his bank card and give it to me, we'll be alright. But no, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great to sort of, even as a fan, it'd just be great to go over there, and I think to sort of enhance the game of rugby league worldwide as well. It'd be great. Australia are doing it; they're doing a great job. So I feel like we should show why we beat their best team. You know what I mean? So why can't our best teams go over there?
So Wigan's known for having one of the toughest. What can you tell us about your experience of your first Wigan pre-season training?
Well, I came back in pretty early actually. Obviously, missed a large number of the season last year with a foot injury, so came straight in. The first week with all the young lads, just trying to get to meet everyone and sort of get stuck into it. Yeah, I had an enjoyable pre-season. Lads all worked hard. It was just enjoyable getting to know everyone and obviously familiar with our surroundings and meet all the staff and players.
So, what did you like most and what did you like least about it?
I think just coming to a new club. I was excited for the new challenge and fresh start sort of thing. Come back home. So yeah, I was just settling in and like I said before, just getting to know everyone.
What about you, Tyler?
I think my favourite bit was when it finished. Yeah, all the time. As soon as that last whistle's gone, when we're outside on the field running Broncos and we're done. But no, I think the worst have probably been Formby Beach. Did you do Formby Beach? No, I was alright, mate. I was alright. I was just dying halfway up the hills, but I've never even heard of Formby Beach before I came here. So my first experience was running up a hill like that.
Did you hear the word beach and think it was like something you really enjoy?
I'm from Halifax, so where there's like Greenlands and stuff like that. So when I think of beach, I think of being in like Las Americas and stuff like that. So I had a bit of a shock then, but no, it was good, but better to finish.
So you didn't have Matty Pete stood at the end with the cocktails or anything ready for you?
I did stood at the end, but there was something else waiting for me.
So, did you each set yourself any personal goals at the start of the season?
I think for me, I just wanted to sort of build on last season. Like I said, I had no expectations going into coming over last year, so I was just getting back into enjoying rugby again, and I think it then became a bit more competitive for me. I think getting a test for England as well, I think one of my main goals is obviously to win silverware with the club, but to be sort of a first choice for the England team as well. But it's pretty tough when you've got people like him.
What about you, Tom?
Yeah, I just wanted to just get myself as fit as possible and in the best shape, and get back to playing week in, week out, injury free and enjoying rugby again. So that's my goal.
So we're already about a third into the competition this year, and all the top 6 clubs are all currently on 14 points. Is this the most competitive league that we've seen?
Yes, I'd say it's definitely up there. There's always been that top 4 or 5 teams that's sort of mix up with each other, but this year it's pretty tight. As you said, all the clubs on the same points, and all them teams can beat anyone on the day. Really, as we've seen, the week at Hull give us a good wake up call there. So yeah, it's definitely competitive, but it's good for the game, good for Super League, good for the fans.
Right, so as 2 of the game's biggest hitters, what's your views on the new tackle height laws? Obviously you're both giants. How difficult is it tackling a much smaller player?
Yeah, it's always tough when you're tackling smaller players, especially when they're like your Rob Burrows and stuff, try and duck under you. So it's hard work with the head contact sort of protocols they brought in, but I feel like they've been a bit inconsistent with it really. They started like a house on fire, penalising everyone, sin bins, and then you see it last week when Liam Byrne clashed heads with that guy sticker, and he didn't even get sent off or anything. So, but yeah, I do agree with the rules.
We didn't even get a penalty, did we, when Abbas got? No. Let's not go into that. What impact will below the armpit tackling have on the game, especially for you big lads?
It's a bit of a difficult one. I think for people tackling us it'll be a bit easier, but for us to sort of get down to that height and do it safely as well, I feel like it's something that probably needs looking into a little bit more. But we're players that try to protect their product, I suppose. We try to protect us, and we do appreciate it. But it's the new rules. We've just got to get on with it and do his job. And like Luke said, they're not consistent with it at the minute, so maybe something will change in that department. But I think for us as players, like on a whole, we're just crying out for consistency more than ever.
So just for a bit of information, since 2018, data collected showed that 13% of tackles in Super League included some form of contact with the head. In 2024, that's been reduced to 4.2%, meaning that there's been several hundred fewer tackles making contact with the head compared to this point last year. What do you think about that?
I think it obviously proves it's working, but are people just scared to go too high? You know what I mean? I know for me, I'm definitely someone like when we got whacked on Ed in his early career, just get on with it, wasn't it? So yeah, it's a difficult one, but obviously it seems to be working, and like I said, we've just got to abide by the rules. They're not going to change for us, so we've just got to do as we're told.
So the use of mouth guards for monitoring the data, apparently 70% of players are wearing them. Can you give us any insight into that?
Yeah, so we've all got to wear a mouth guard now. It's got like a little chip in it that measures like the contacts, or the head contacts anyway. So it's obviously all getting recorded after the game to see how much collisions we've got and stuff like that. But yeah, we've all got to wear them now. Part of this investigation thing.
So, just this question just for both of you. What's impressed you most about Wigan?
I just think the professionalism across the club. From the coaching staff down to the young kids in the team, everyone's comes to training with professionalism, and the sort of the same standards and desire to get better and improve each day. I think that's why obviously such a big club and about the recent success that they have.
What about you, Tom? What's your view on that?
Yeah, I think for me, when I played in the mid-season international break and it was here, it's just been like that every day. It feels like we're in the national camp every day. Everything's done for us right from the top to the bottom. I think with like the young kids as well, they come in and help us on team runs and it's like the season first teamers, do you know what I mean? So I just think everyone sort of buys in, everyone's good, do you know what I mean? Like, I mean that in terms of like everyone's on the same page, everyone's good with each other, whether that's players, staff, fans. Like I feel like we've all got a good understanding, and just for the place as a whole, really. Like I moved to Wigan a couple of months ago, and I feel like I've been here all my life, so I love it.
So, are you actually living in Wigan now?
Yeah, I live in Wigan now, so we're a bit tough to leave sunny Yorkshire to come over the dark side. It's not been too bad, but it's good to go home sometimes and get a bit cleaner. I've just come from Yorkshire today and it was sunshine, so...
Right, so we're just going to look back on the games that have been played since our last meeting. So I'm going to start with you, Tom, and we're going to go back to Leeds. It was an obviously exciting game going on to Leeds. Did you enjoy your first Battle of the Borough?
Yeah, it did actually. It was a good atmosphere on the night. It's always put a big crowd on when I go over to Leeds. When I was at St Helens, they always turn out in numbers, and any game where there's a good atmosphere and it's enjoyable to play. Fortunately, we got the win on the night, which makes it even better. So yeah, it was a good night.
So there was 8 different scorers in that game. Obviously, like you mentioned, it was a full house again, and we won 40 points to 12. What can you remember about the game, apart from not being able to see anything because of the smoke?
Yeah, I remember being stuck behind the try line when I kick off for about 5 minutes and just couldn't see the halfway line because there was a big cloud of smoke.
You should just run. That's where to go.
When I see it coming, I could have tried to run. I didn't see that.
Right, so we progressed in the cup with a comprehensive 60 points to 6 win, scoring 12 tries, including 4 for Liam Marshall and 1 on the 78th minute for Tyler Dupree. Talk us through that one.
I think it was the right place at the right time. I think I'm sure Harry was saying it was for a kick, and I think it was just in his lane, so he got so he just took the ball with him and then just passed it in. I think that's probably one of the easiest tries I've scored in my career. So they don't come often. So
Take them when they come.
yeah, I take them when they come.
So the win was a little tainted by the injury to Willie Ister. Have you got any updates on him? Is there anything you can tell us? How's he doing?
Yeah, he's in good spirits, isn't he? Came in like beginning of this week. He's been in all week. I texted him, asking him how he is, and he was just goes, all good, right. That's all he says. He's a big part of our team, whether he's playing or not. And I think when he's not around. I sit next to him in the locker room as well, and he's like a bit of OCD, so when I've got all my clothes on the floor and there's no one there telling me off, I feel a bit empty inside.
So you feel empty because he's not there?
Yeah, I feel guilty because he's not there, but then I need to go in his locker to get some deodorant out or something like that.
So please obviously pass on our best wishes for a speedy recovery too.
Yeah, definitely.
So we were back in league action the following week as they came to the DW Stadium. A much tighter game, 12-8 at the break. What was said to you at half time?
I think they obviously turned up, a bit better than they did the week before. They come out firing a little bit, must have the rocket up the arse after we put 6 on. But we just knew we had to just come out and get back to playing how we do, and I don't think they would have lasted us. That was the case. I think they scored well back in the second half.
Yeah, so we came out fighting in the second half and took the win 36 points to 14. So it was also a double header with the first time playing at the DW for the women's team, who beat Barrow Ladies 18 points to 4. How good was that to see?
Yeah, it's great to have the women obviously playing at the DW Stadium. Like you said, the first time they played there, so it's great for them. I hope they enjoy the experience and hopefully they get to play there a lot more.
So Tyler, are you a fan of the women's rugby league?
Yeah, do you know what? I am. I think it's going in the right direction. I feel like this club in particular, and probably St Helens and York, are exceeding at developing the women's game. I don't know what the full money still they're doing next week, but charging 15 quid or whatever they are to watch that game. And then, so I think some clubs are doing it a little bit better than others. But no, it's great to see sort of us as a whole, like the way we develop and when we have like the night under the lights, I think it was, when we sort of like get everyone in the mix, and like when we speak to the women, it's just like speaking to other players. Like there's no sort of not hierarchy, but it's like no one thinks better than anyone else. Do you know what I mean? So it was good, and I remember like being on the sidelines. I purposely went early to get in to watch some of the games. So no, I think the women are a credit to the club, and I hope they'll go really well this year.
What about you, Tom? Are you a fan of the women's game?
Yeah, I think it's great. It's great for the sport. That it's more inclusive. More groups of people playing the sport. It's more, like I said, more people playing it, more eyes on the sport. So it's a good thing all around.
So sadly, we do have to mention the 26-10 loss to Hull KR. It just seemed like a bit of an off day for the team as a whole. We struggled to get into the game like we normally would. What's your views on that one?
Yeah, we obviously reviewed the game after it, and we were all really disappointed there. Hull KR is a tough place to go, but with no excuse. We felt that we started the game pretty well, but then a couple of individual lapses in defence, and we were down 12-0, and we down 18-0 at half time. So, the second half we came out, fought back a lot better. But you've got to take the learnings from it. It's probably a good wake-up call for us really at the point in the season, especially before we play in 2 weeks' time. So much rather lose that game in a fortnight.
Absolutely. Are you surprised at how well they're doing? Because they backed up the win against us, obviously, with the win against Saints as well. Yeah,
they're obviously they're playing really well. Like we said earlier, they're doing the top 6 teams. They can mix it with anyone. Not really that surprised because they've got a great squad, well coached as well. So definitely, make sure we're ready for them in 2 weeks.
What's your views on Hull KR, Tyler?
No, I think Hull are a great team. I think they're going in the right direction. I think they're doing a lot of stuff on and off the field. I think they're recruiting quite well. I think signing people like Jerry Borry-Hargreaves as well is a big statement. But no.
Is that definite? Is that
Yeah, I'm sure it's been confirmed. So, and even at his age, he'll still do a job. So, I think they're doing really well. I think they're doing the things right. And I don't think they should be the underdogs in any game. Not at all. I think they're probably some of the favourites to win it. So, but I think from that game we did take a lot of lessons. We learned a lot about ourselves. I think we probably were a little bit complacent. But championships aren't one at the start of the season, one at the end. So as long as we learn from it, our performances will get better and we'll sort of stick together as a team. I don't feel that worried.
So Matt Beat said a few individuals put their hands up in the dressing room after the game. Were there a few honest conversations?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the great part about this team. We're honest with each other. We hold each other accountable, but sometimes you don't have to hold each other. Sometimes you just do it yourself. And I think people knew that they were off. I can't really say anyone was on, to be honest, but like I said, just one of them games, and it's how we sort of learn from it. And I feel like we sort of backed ourselves the week after. I thought we put a good performance in. It still wasn't our best, but we're still at the beginning of the journey for the year. So now we'll just have to see how things goes and judge our performances a little bit later on.
So one huge positive was the return of Ethan Havard after such a long layoff. Was that good to have him back?
Yeah, he's been working really hard behind the scenes. He's in every day nearly. He's always in the gym. He's always doing his hamstring extras. He's doing everything. He's doing all the little stuff, and it's probably not been sort of publicised as much. But I just know he was itching to get back out there. But he didn't want to. He sort of came back at the right time. There was no point rushing it, and I think he sort of knew that. And I think that's a good level of maturity as well. But no, it's great to have him back. He's a real part of the pack, and he's a great player as well.
So that's a bit more competition for you too, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's only good for the squad, healthy competition. You know, it makes us better each other by raising our standards, because you can't afford to drop the standards when there's someone knocking on the door for your spot. So, but yeah, just speaking about Ethan, you know, since I came in beginning of pre-season, he's been in the gym working hard on his rehab, his hamstring, you know, day in, day out. So I made up for him, you know, to get back out the last couple of weeks he has, and you know, he's played really well. He's a monster of the lad, so excited to see how he goes and, you know, get a bit more match fitness.
So, lastly, Catalans, back to winning ways. Despite being 8-0 down at one point, Matt Peake praised the defence and said he'd never felt so confident. Will you guys feeling the same?
Yeah, I think we was all happy with the way we started. Obviously, you know, bouncing back from the week before when we lost, I think Matt just asked, he just wanted to see the attitude in the defence, and you know, for us to go after Catalan physically, because we know they're the physical team, and we did that. And even though we did that, we were a bit rubbish on the other side of the ball. We made too many errors, and hence why we were probably down 86. But you know, we knew that we just had to get back out there and you know, get back to our game. We'd win the game. That's what we did.
So we were 8-6 down at the break. What was being said in the dressing room?
Yeah, just Matty just said he was proud of us how we started the game. You know, he just said he was showing clips. He actually showed clips on the screen of things we've done well, and said just get back to doing that and we'll win the game. He said don't worry about the attack, just keep turning up how we are and we'll win the game. And that's what we did.
Yeah, well, whatever it was, it did work, because we had 4 unanswered tries in the second half, and obviously saw us the goals to win 30 points to 8. Right, Tom, we're going to concentrate on you. So please feel free to boo every time he mentions the S word. How old were you when you started playing rugby?
I started playing when I was 7 years of age, under 8s, Pilkington Rex, St Helens.
So tell us about 7-year-old Luke Thompson. What was he like?
I was quite a big kid for my age, actually. Remember I was on holiday in the south of France, on some holidays, and my dad had a friend. We were on a campsite in the south of France, and Dad got friendly with this couple, and he was coaching a team that helped one of the older teams his son was playing at the time. I don't know if any of you remember Gail Featherstone, played at St Helens anyway, but he said when I get back, she'd take me down to Pilkside to get me playing. So I always watched rugby with my dad anyway. So when we got back off holiday, I went down, took me down training, and yeah, loved it ever since.
So you joined Saints for goal liners.
Yes.
11 years of age. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, I remember.
What was it like joining Saints?
I just...
We're not booing though.
Yeah, well, my mum and dad were from St Helens. I'd never lived in St Helens. I always lived in Wigan, grew up in Ashton. So obviously my dad was a Saints fan, so he took me down playing my amateur rugby in St Helens. And obviously the team I was playing for, Pilks, I think it was under 11, and there was like a town team trial for Saints. And obviously all my mates I was playing with in the team were going for the trial. So obviously I wanted to go with them. But obviously because I went to a Wigan school in Ashton, I should have gone for the Wigan trial. But obviously not knowing anyone and all the teammates were going for the Saints one. My dad put me down in Nan's address instead of so and then obviously got on that and then went all the way through the ranks there.
So you made your Super League debut on the 27th of April 2013 against London Broncos on your birthday. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I remember it was the 18th birthday down in London. Remember we had quite a few injuries at the time. loads of injuries in the middle, so I got my opportunity under Nathan Brown. I remember being sat in a hotel room in London with Alex Warmley the night before, and but yeah, got out there, enjoyed my debut, played pretty well, and then got another crack the week after.
And you got your Super League try, did you? First Super League try the week after against Widnes.
Yeah,
what can you remember about that?
Yeah, I just remember scoring on my home debut from the crowd, and yeah, it was a great moment in my second game, first team.
So, 2019, you signed for the NRL club Canterbury Bulldogs. Was it always an ambition of yours to play in the NRL?
Maybe not so much when I first started my journey, playing for the first team, but as the years went on through my career, I sort of watched it a bit more, and I always wondered, what if sort of thing, and then seeing guys like John Bateman going over years previous, and I suppose it was always there in the background, and if I didn't go, it would be something I'd probably look back on my career and think, what if? So yeah, and then when the opportunity came up in 2019, I took the opportunity both hands, and over there I had a good three years.
So you travelled over to Canterbury in June 2020 in the height of COVID. Obviously you had to have 2 week isolation when you got there. What was that like? Yeah,
it wasn't the best. So I went during COVID, so we were all in lockdown at the time, and obviously the competition had stopped over here. I had time for the Bulldogs for the year after, so this was at the time for the 21 season and onwards. It was mid-20 season, and the Bulldogs asked if I wanted to come early because they'd been struggling. The NRL competition restarted. It was the first sporting competition in the world to restart during COVID. And they said, "Look, do you think about coming early?" So I just said, "I'd be keen to come." So I wanted to look keen, obviously. I was going the year after, and not thinking it would happen. And then, a couple of weeks later, I found myself in a hotel room in Melbourne, in a quarantine. So,
just you in a treadmill?
Yeah, a couple of dumbbells, a treadmill. So that was it, and a lot of food.
So what was it like that 2 weeks? Is that, did you do a training program and things like that?
Yeah, it was pretty mad. So the Bulldogs pulled a few strings just to get me into the country. I remember when I was flying out to Australia, there was only 3 people on the aeroplane. The flight attendants, the hostesses, they walk around these white, like astronauts. It was pretty fun times. It was for everyone during COVID.
That's probably because you came from St. Helens.
I think the aero centres were weakness.
Right, so you made your NRL debut on the 11th of July 2020 against Brisbane Broncos. What can you remember about that?
I just remember playing at Suncorp, massive stadium, probably one of the best stadiums I've played at. They started to let fans back in at that point. It wasn't sold to capacity, but there was fans back in the crowd. I just remember being a fast game, but I was pretty surprised really. Fans, I've been sat in a hotel room for 2 weeks, came out, I only had 2 weeks training with the team, and then I was starting playing up in Brisbane. After not just being sat in the house for lockdown, I wanted to be used to that as well. But I remember, just in the game, I felt pretty fit, well fitter than what I thought it would have been. Unfortunately, we lost the game, but yeah, it was an enjoyable experience.
So, what did it feel like to score your first NRL try on the 10th of April 2021 against Melbourne Storm?
Yeah, that was a great moment. So, 2020 season, after I played my debut at Brisbane, I played the last 10 games of the year, and on the last game of the year, played Penrith at ANZ Stadium. I got a 4-match ban for an eye gouge, which was a lot of rubbish. I don't know if James Tarnell, who's an ex-Kiwi player, big tall fella. trying to pull him down and tackle, and I like grabbed all his face and touched his eyebrows and ended up getting 4 game ban for him. So I missed the first 4 games in 21. I came back against Melbourne at home. Came to lose in Australia. It was, I don't regret any of the 3.5 years I was there. It was probably some of the most difficult times in my life. Some of the most enjoyable as well. I sort of found most out about myself, and a big believer you don't really grow in your comfort zone. And putting myself out there was definitely taking myself out of that. And even though we didn't have the success on the pitch, and there was a lot of change around coaches and players, and like I said, we went 5 coaches in 3 years. It was definitely difficult, especially when I've been used to being a successful team since just winning the Grand Final. But that's where I learned just to sort of focus on my own game and sort of try and stay as consistent as I could. And even through all that, I still enjoyed it.
So, in your opinion, how does Super League compare to the NRL? Obviously, because you play in both competitions.
Yeah, I think obviously in the NRL, as we all know, it's the main game over there. So, with that, there's a lot more depth in players. The talent pool is a lot bigger. There's 17 teams now with the Dolphins. Every week's competitive. It's pretty ruthless competition, to be honest. It definitely tests you. That's the summary of the NRL.
So, tell us about signing for Wigan. Did you have one of the famous Zoom calls?
A couple actually. A couple of Zoom calls with Mike Pete. I actually met Chris Rodzinski first when he came over to Sydney midway through last year for the Magic Weekend. I caught up with him, and he obviously expressed that he was interested in signing me. And after that, I had a couple of meetings with Mike Pete on Zoom calls and that.
So there were a couple of other offers on the table for you, including, was there one from the Sydney Roosters as well?
Yeah, it was very interesting, the Roosters over there, yeah.
So what sold you on signing for Wigan?
I just think, well, at the point of my career, obviously Wigan offered me the 4-year contract, and the deals I was sort of getting in the NRL was 1-year deals, and when I first went out there, I wanted to go out there and experience it, and have a crack and test myself, and the 3.5 years that I did that, I didn't really have anything else to prove to. I wasn't trying to prove anything to anyone else, it was more for myself, and I felt like I'd done that. And at the point of my career at 28 years of age, I felt like I didn't need, coming off the back of an injury, I didn't need the risk of taking a 1-year deal. Just God forbid, touch wood, something, I picked up another injury. It's just, you well know you can do in this game, something falls on your leg, it's just bad luck. So the 4-year deal was definitely appealing to me at Wigan. Not just that, when I spoke with Chris Rodzinski and Matt Pete, they were just really keen to sign me, and I just got good vibes from them. Obviously the success that the club had last year definitely attractive, and as well I just thought it was a great time to join Wigan. Moved back into my house, living all up the road as well, so it was just the best option on the table, and since I've come back here I've had no regrets, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it so far.
Well, it's really good to have you here. So, your family are all Saints fans. How did they get the news that you were signing for the Warriors?
I don't know Wigan fans now. I've done all the church for Christmas. It's more, it's actually my girlfriend's family they're pretty big Saints fans. But it's good fun. We have a bit of banter every time I go around. Mine know, saying I've got Wigan tickets and all that.
So you made your Warriors debut on Saturday the 17th of Feb away at Castleford in a game we won 32 points to 4. Talk us through that day. Obviously it ended with you getting the HIA, but what was your experience like in your debut?
Yeah, I've just been really excited really, just to kick off my Wigan career. Obviously I had a great pre-season, settled in well. We played 2 trial games. You know, we done well. The body was feeling good. I was feeling fit and ready to go. Unfortunately, I was out there 15 minutes, got a knock on the head. But yeah, it's alright.
So you've also supported Saints all your life. Are you now a Warriors fan?
I did when I was a kid, but I suppose when you know, once you make a debut, you sort of you're playing week to week, and it's, you know, it is a job for us at the end of the day. You know, I take my career very serious, and you know, I try and do the best I can be every day. And you know, when I was playing for St. Lawrence, playing for the Bulldogs, playing for Wigan, you know, I wear this badge, and you know, I try and be the best I can be for not just for myself, but for the club and for the fans. So.
Coaches in the world. What's special about Matt, Pete, Tommy and Lockers? Have they improved you as a player, and how?
Yeah, I think they have actually. I think at this stage in my career, obviously after missing large amounts of rugby last year, you know, I just wanted to get back to playing week in, week out, and just enjoying it really. And that's one thing that definitely instilled in me and in the playing group as well. Is that enjoyment. I think you can see that when you watch the team. All the lads enjoy coming to work every day and playing on the weekend, which is a big part of it. You know, if you enjoy what you do, you generally tend to, you know, do well and have success. So, yeah, every day we go to training, we enjoy it. And like you just mentioned then about, you know, Tommy and Rockers, you know, we've got to look at the careers that they've had. You know, they've had great careers. The respect that the playing group's got for those two is massive. And they're great coaches as well as they was players, so they're great to work with. And Matty, he's a great coach. I think he sort of just gets it. You know, he knows how to manage the lads, and he's just a good person. He definitely gets the best out of the playing group.
What's your view on that, Tyler?
No, I 100% agree. Get asked about Matty a lot, and the first thing I say is a lot of coaches can coach, but not a lot of them can manage as well. I think Matty's got that balance right. You know, he's there for you when you want to speak to him. If you've got any problems, if he's got any problems, he respects you as a player. But he knows what he's talking about as well, and I think that's sort of why he's had the success he's had in probably his short of a career as a professional coach. I know he's been in the Munster for a while, and you can see that with like players who've come through the ranks as well. Everyone sort of respects him. I think he's put together a great team. Yeah, like I said, he's a good man manager as well, and he's always there for us as players. And I feel like sometimes he's a welfare manager because he just gets it. Like I'm not saying he just gets it, he gets what we need and how we're feeling. And if there's been chats with me where he's thought, "Are you alright today?" And it's just stuff like that just make a massive difference for us as players. So yeah.
So we're going to go back to you. So you played your first Good Friday derby for Wigan. What was it like going back to the Totally Wicked, and did you enjoy that warm reception that you got from the
Yeah, but obviously leading up to the game, I wasn't really trying to look too much into it, to be honest. I was more just focusing on the process of the week, you know, training, preparing myself for the game, and not really looking too far ahead. Obviously it was a big game, a big day for me going back there, and we were going to get a bit of stick, so yeah, I was excited for the game, to be honest. You know, Good Friday, whether you play in BW or over there, it's always a massive crowd, and so yeah, I just sort of focused more on the excitement of it. You know, I knew we could go there and get the job done. Unfortunately, we didn't on the day, but I think we all know we'll get it next time.
So you were on the losing side for Saints at Wembley in 2019. You're now 80 minutes away from the return. What would it mean to you to go back to Wembley and win?
Yeah, it means a lot, to be honest. It's the only trophy I've not won over here, so yeah, getting hands on the challenge club would be massive for me. Yeah, looking back to 2019 when we lost at Warrington, that was a pretty depressing day, so I don't want to be on that side of the score again, but hopefully, don't look too far ahead, but a job to do against OPR, so we'll sort them out first and we'll get them.
So, two of the highlights of the Catalans game were the huge hit that you put on the Catalans player. I can't remember which player it was, I'm really sorry. And of course, your first try in Cherry and Wines. Talk us through that. What was it? Talk us through the try.
Shall I talk you through it?
I've been watching the team on his highlight reel over here and scoring and trying to get jealous.
The 11 games.
It's a good thing the pitch was slipping, that's all I'll say.
To be honest, I probably could have scored 4 over the last couple of weeks if Kane had given the ball. So. I've been into a bit saying, he needs to hit me on that shot ball. Luckily he did and I got through the squad try.
Go on, Sally, tell us your take on it.
So what it was I'd ran a great lead. I got all the defenders in on me, and then we hit Tom out a little fade ball out back because he'd seen me doing a lot of them. And I think he got tackled on the 10-metre line, but he was slid all the way. But it's great to see someone like Tom score a try. Obviously, a fellow from Rotherham. Obviously, he's a good mate, man, and buzzing for him when he does well. So.
And you made the team of the week as well again this week. Unfortunately, you didn't make the team of the week.
It's hard to when he's playing every week.
Right, Tyler, we're going to come over to you now. So, tell us a bit about your childhood. What was Tyler like growing up?
Fat. I'm from an estate, mate, so I was a bit of a fat, naughty kid. I wasn't robbing bikes and stuff, but I like climbing houses and just doing stuff like little stuff you kids do, so yeah, just little stuff to do.
I think that's what most of us do, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit of a different extent though where I'm from. I think everyone sort of expected that.
So, you were born in Halifax and you grew up in Sigil. What was that like?
Yeah, well, I don't know if anyone's been to Halifax, but I was originally from Ovin and Sidle's like a bit nicer. So I've gone from like a scruffy estate kid to like a bit nicer kid in Sidle. And I went to school over there as well, and that's where I met like most of my best mates.
So, you live with your mum and your sister. Are you really close to them?
Yeah, well, I don't live with my sister now. She moved out when she was 16, so I think I was about 9. But yeah, it was me and my mum and my sister. Yeah, I'm really close to her. My sister lives around the corner from my mum, like literally 2 minutes down the road, and she's got her own family and kids, and I do everything for them. And then every time I sort of get a day off, I go home and see my mum, and she's already, I'm there for like an hour, and then she's like, yeah, we've got a good close one, but like, we look like we're all the best mates.
So, you started your rugby at Sidle, is that right?
Yeah.
So, you had to go straight in the under-9s because you were too big for the under-7s.
I like how you put too big. Yeah, I was
tall.
No, I wasn't even that tall. No, I was a chubby kid who was too big for the under-7s. So I think he wouldn't have like been fair. Like Tom said, someone like me falls on my head and it's not very well to him. So. But yeah, no, I played 2 years up and sort of found my feet in that and sort of enjoyed it. Enjoyed playing a bit older, and obviously a lot of them were my mates as well. So yeah, we were good.
So you joined Salford Scholars. Talk us through your career from there.
It's a bit of a weird one, really. Before I got to Salford, I'd been on trials at Huddersfield, Bradford, just around the sort of area. And I don't know if they do it now, but they used to send letters out, and you get like a letter with like the teams that have like selected you. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm in for. I got to like last 5 in Huddersfield and last 5 in Bradford, and I don't get one easier. And all my mates were like showing off the letters, and I'm like, yeah. And then I went home and I'm like, Mum, was the letter coming? She said, oh, what letter are about? Because she didn't have a clue, Mum, like about it. It's like, what letter? Letters have been picked. And she said, oh no, oh, it's not here, I'll be here tomorrow. And I think like 2 weeks went by and I just didn't get a letter. It's quite sad. You know, it was like hating my mates for it. And they were like, oh yeah, I'm going to Lichfield, I've got Bradford. I said, yeah, I'm going to Siddle. So, but no, one of my mum's mates was like a scout for Salford. And they have like no jurisdiction in Yorkshire at all. But he just came and watched the game once and then just said, would you like to just come on a little bit of a trial? Like, we'll see what they think of you and then see if we go. So I think I trained once and then said, right, we'll sign you for 2 years for the scholarship. And then after the scholarship finished, I was due to sign for their academy. But I think it was the year there was in the £1 million game. We all just got like a text message saying, yeah, we're not carrying on with the academy anymore, like everything's like sort of cancelled out, so it was a bit of a bummer. I just thought, I'll just go back to Siddle, I'll go back with my mates and enjoy it, and then I started playing college rugby as well. I played at Halifax Elite, which was like to do a BTEC on side of it, but I wasn't really bothered about the BTEC, we just felt play rugby. And I was sort of spat my dummy out a little bit and fell out with the game because obviously I wasn't getting picked for it. And I sort of started going back to my scruffy estate kid ways and being a bit naughty. And the college tutor was like, look, we're sending some of our lads on trial to do this. If you sort of shout a little bit and start doing better in college, then we'll get you a trial at Leeds. I was in like a bit of a bad mindset, but then I thought, I'll give it a go because, you know, it's something I might still want to do. And I went to Leeds on trials also. I felt like everything's just been trials in my career, but I went to Leeds on trial, 3-month trial, and I signed after 3 weeks. So I signed out my first academy wage, so I get paid and stuff. And then signed again for the second year, and then in the third year, I didn't realise that, because I was coming to training on like Saturday morning and stuff, absolutely knackered, because I'd worked in a nightclub the night before. Because we didn't have that much money as a family, so I was working in the nightclub the night before just to pay for fuel to drive to training in the morning. So they just sort of said, look, we'll give you your first team deal. So I was buzzing like, oh, mum, I made it, like, you know. So yeah, I did that, and then things didn't work out. I don't want to go too much into it, but things didn't work out, and I went on a bit of a path. Fell out of love with rugby again, ready to join the army. And then looking back at it, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I don't like running, so I don't have to run every day, they killed me off myself, but yeah, I struggle running now, so this is what I don't understand. But yeah, so I met with Matt Diskin, who was a bit of a Leeds legend as well, so it was quite bizarre, but he sort of met me for a coffee and asked if I fancied just going to Oldham. I didn't even know Oldham had a rugby team, I don't know why. Like this South Dick I am, like stuff like that. So I went and had a meeting with them, and I just thought, yeah, let's go for it, see if it helps me enjoy it. And like we got battered every week. Like, I think we won one game, but I enjoyed it. Weirdly enough, I was enjoying it. I was enjoying playing rugby again, and I think sort of giving a kick on my ass and sort of thing. These are all going out every weekend after the end of the pace where I want to start working hard and build towards playing full time because it's what I want to do. I don't want to be waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, going to a building site and then go training on an evening, do you know what I mean? So Witness came in like midway through the season, but Oldham wouldn't let me go until the end of the year. And then I got Young Player of the Year for Championship, which was quite a good achievement for myself. And then went to Witness for like a couple of months, and then Salford had offered me for the year after. So I was speaking to them and said, yeah, we'll go for it. Like, we'll just go for it the year after. I think you like a 2-year deal. And then he rang me like a week after that conversation saying, do you want to go now? And I'm like, well, did he know I'm literally just coming back from a pulled hamstring? He's like, yeah, they found it. And so he didn't tell them that I pulled my hamstring a couple of weeks ago. So I went to, I had a phone call with Rolls and stuff, and then Paul Roller, me and good mates. And I had a phone call with him. I was in training the following Monday, and then just sort of got in by then. And then luckily, one of the players was Paulie. Not bad, but he was a bit ill. So Rose sort of rang me and he said, look, I don't want to put you in, but I feel like the gods are telling me that you're going to play this week, so like every opportunity for somebody else to play, go on. So if you like, I was like the backup player. So like I was that sort of player, and I got in and then I stayed in the team. I feel like I'm just talking my life story there.
So, let me try to pick some things up. So, when you were playing for Wickness, you were also working in a children's home.
Yeah.
So, tell us all about that.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best jobs I've ever had, that. I was working on a building site prior, and I think I just sort of thought, I can't, this isn't for me, this manual labour is not for me. I'd rather get to a point where I'm paying people to do it, I don't really myself. So I just thought, like, my mum used to work in a children's home, and I just hit 21, and you have to be 21 to work in a children's home, so I thought, I'll go do it. Like, it's easy when all I'm doing is looking after naughty kids, basically. They want that at all. I think I realised, like, the depths I was in when I was like knocking on drug dealers' doors at 4 o'clock in the morning and like pretending I'm not scared they're going to stab me or something like that. I was seeing as a kid in there and stuff. But one of my favourite jobs, and it was very rewarding. And yeah, if I could go back to it, I would. Not instead of rugby back.
Well, I'm sure you changed a lot of children's lives doing things like that. It's very commendable. So, then you signed for the Warriors. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was a weird one as well, actually. I don't know if anyone's gathered, but my journey is so weird. To be fair, Salford had opened me up to other teams, and a team came in and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, it works out better for everyone. And then they sort of pulled the plug, like, we kept delaying it, and pulled the plug, and obviously I was speaking to my agency and stuff, and they sort of, I can't think of a team that's going to mess around all the time. So I put in the transfer request in. Within a couple of days, sort of, my agent said, would you go to Wigan? I'm like, nah. and I'm being honest, I said no because, like, of the weight that the badge carries and the weight that the sort of the success carries, and I didn't think I was good enough. I feel like I'm going to have some people crying soon. Well, genuinely, like, I just felt like I wasn't good enough to be here at that time.
You felt like you weren't good enough, but you won 3 trophies in 11 years.
But even then, it's obviously, like, I've been let go by teams and nobody really wanted me, so you just sort of have that feeling of like, nobody wanted you, so... but yeah, obviously it was the best decision I've ever made. Like, I thought about it long and hard, and I spoke to my mum about it, and obviously I knew that I'd have to move across and stuff like that. And there were a lot of big changes coming, so believe it or not, I went and seen one of the people, do you know that, like, flip the cards up? Yeah, so I went and seen the tarot card, but she said, I'm not a life leader, I'm a life coach. That's what she thought. She said, oh, there's a big change coming for you, isn't there? And I said, yeah, it could be. And she went, you need to go for it. So I left there and rang the agent and said, let's go for it. And yeah, obviously the rest of the journey is continuing.
Right, so you made your try-scoring debut for the Warriors on the 29th of July 2023 versus Lee at the DW. What can you remember about that?
I just remember the story. Yeah. No, the whole game were great. I had my mum come and present my shirt. So that was a good touch by the club, and that's something that the club does really well. Like whenever we're having debuts and stuff, like families and close people coming in. So yeah, to have my mum there as well on sort of like the first game was really good. And I was nervous all the way through. While I was on the bench, I was sort of like dipping and like feeling sick and thinking, oh God, I'm here now, I'm like in the deep end. So it was red hot as well. Like it was a really nice day, but really hot for playing. Like I'm more like pissing it down, like Cass the first game. Yeah, that Cass. Yeah, that piggy shit, like that first game of Cass. I absolutely loved it because it was so slow. Like you've not fast rugby when it's raining, is it? So it's nice and slow. So yeah, no. I just remember it's weird. I remember catching the ball and I remember getting over the line. Like it's just everything with a bit of a blur in between. But I don't know if anyone sees the screen downstairs, but somehow, and it's like a time to perfection that every time my try comes on that screen, I'm walking past. So the reception is still telling you as well. Like it just seems like it's always that.
So after playing for England Knights in 2022, how made up were you to get the call up and make a full England debut last year?
Oh, it was unreal.
Is it true that you didn't believe it was weighing on the phone?
Yeah, because I didn't have his number. So I had like this WhatsApp call come through and I just seen like one of his profile pages like his grandkids. So I thought, who the fuck are you mate with kids I've got for that? And I was like, and I wasn't even thinking about England at the time. Like I was booked on holiday and everything. Like I was going on holiday in a couple of days. And I thought, hey, ring me again, so I answered it. And I'm like, oh, are you told it's waiting? Like, no. And then anyway, he said it, and he's a scary guy. So it's like immediately you just respect the voice who's on the phone. So like when he obviously told me, I was like dead buzzing. And I was like, I've got an holiday booked as well, so but anyway, don't worry about it, we'll get it sorted. So yeah, it was good.
So what was it like to make a debut for England?
Yeah, really nervous. I can't remember where I run with Danny Walker at the time, we were from Warrington, so I think I chewed his ear off all night as well. So I think the common denominator is just put me in a room on my own and I was alright. But yeah, it was surreal. And I think, knowing that I made my mum proud as well, even though she doesn't have a clue about rugby, was like a big thing for me. So yeah, it was good. And yeah, it was a good achievement for myself, and obviously I want to continue with that now.
So you're already planning your life after rugby league, as you're doing a teaching degree to become a primary school teacher. Yeah. Are you enjoying that, and how hard is it to fit it in the studying around training and playing?
I can give you like the honest answer, and then I can give you what you want to hear. There's nobody here who's going to study a degree anytime soon, is it? No, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Like, it's so tough. Like, because like the term time starts when pre-season starts as well. So like for the first 2 years it was fine because I was part-time anyway, so it wasn't too bad. But when since coming full-time and then having to go and like do my uni work and then come here and get flogged and then go home and do my uni work, and I'm falling asleep in front of my computer and stuff like that. It was tough, but I've nearly finished it now, so.
So you're actually from a bit of a famous family. Your uncle was Billy Joe Dupree, who won at the NFL Super Bowl with Dallas Cowboys in 1978. Were you never tempted to try a bit of gridiron yourself?
Do you know what? I've never really watched sports as a kid, so I wasn't really like clued up on it. But obviously they get paid a lot, so if it came in, I might, you know. But no, I've never really been tempted about it. To me, like I remember my first like game of rugby, I thought that was NFL. I scored a try by throwing it over the line. Do you know what I mean? So like I didn't put it down. They gave it me luckily, but just because I just threw it down, like so. I think I had an inkling that I was just from watching films and stuff, so I've never really been interested in sort of playing NFL.
Do you not watch the Super Bowl? It's quite popular, isn't it, over here?
Yeah, it is, but I feel like it's not right with me. Like I get bored watching it. Like I get bored watching rugby as well. Like I have to be playing it. Like I can't just watch it. You know what I mean?
So your granddad was a very famous blues singer and pianist in New Orleans. What can you tell us about him?
I can tell you what my mum told me. It was a bit older than, well, obviously older than me, but it was like 100 and odd now. So, but I heard he had a load of kids everywhere. And then he just had. I know that he was a prisoner of war in World War II, and I don't know how because he was only a chef. So he was a prisoner of war and a chef.
He was kind of by the Japanese, wasn't he?
Yeah, by the Japanese as well. They've got good cooks already then, so they don't need it. But yeah, I knew that. I knew he was good at. He met like B.B. King and stuff like that.
He actually recorded with And he got didn't he?
Yeah. I don't know who they are. Yeah. Hey, ask him, he'll tell you more than I.
Because he did a bit of boxing as well, that's how he's very
No, I just remember him being a musician.
Yeah, well, Keith was saying earlier on that he was very, very fond of your granddad's music.
Yeah, well, I do remember boxing. There's like one story that sticks for me. It was in a bar somewhere. Probably finding his next wife. And these like Navy, like young, I think he was like 60 odd, and these like young Navies had come up to him and like they were being quite racist. And I think he knocked all 3 of them out. Yeah, so, but obviously it was hard and tough. I think.
Right, so I just wanted to charity work. So you recently raffled off your England night shirt. And the proceeds were split between the Brick at Wigan
and it was 2 Brews Homeless Charity.
yes, in Salford.
Yeah.
So tell us about that and why did you choose these 2 charities?
So I'd initially just put this shirt out there and I was going to get the proceeds and then sort of like just go myself and buy sleeping bags, clothes, everything to do with that sort of stuff. And then the 2 Brews Charity reached out and said like, we do all that. Like you wouldn't have to do anything. We'll take a contribution and then if you're keen, just come down and do like a kitchen day where they give everything out and stuff like that. So I went and give them half the money because I wanted to do something else as well. And I thought, I know the great work that the Brink do as well. And so I've got chatting to the, not founders, but you know, like the people who run it. So I've got chatting to them as well and said, look, I'll be happy if you took this money. Because I feel like it's on the rise, is being homeless, and it's for people, some people it's like not the fault, do you know what I mean? And like with my background, my mum was sort of in like a rescue shelter for a couple months when I was younger, so I just felt like I'm in a position now to sort of use my profile to sort of give back, and if I've got something to raffle off, whether it be a jersey or something like that, then I might as well, because it's only going to be collecting dust for me, whereas it can be given to somebody who actually wants it, and I can use the money to help other people. So I'm going to look to do like some more stuff like that.
For 2 Brews the day before Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that one?
Oh, it was brilliant. And it was quite eye-opening as well. Like I didn't give up my Christmas Eve. I don't want people to think I gave up my Christmas Eve. This is what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to go there and I wanted to see the work that they do and the work that they sort of put in, and just to see like people there. And I was chatting to people around there, and I got chatting to the mayor of Tameside as well. I think it was the mayor of Tameside. And she invited me to as a +1 to a charity ball as well. So I was supposed to go to that, but we had a game, so I couldn't go. But yeah, it just sort of opened it up, and like me speaking to other people, like I sorted stuff out for her to then charity off, like charity auction off and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm sort of trying to get little waves in sort of this kind of thing. And it's changed my perspective as well. I'm not going to lie, like if there was someone begging me outside, I'd just walk off, or pretend I didn't see him, and I'm pretty sure everyone does that, but it's opened my eyes massively to sort of like just take your time to. They might have a story that you're not sure of, or like you just assume it's their own fault, but obviously everyone's got their own story and everyone's got their own sort of difficulties. So yeah, it was good to see him, but obviously good to get a good understanding.
Right, so we're just going to look ahead now to the forthcoming games. So we've got Huddersfield away, OKR as a semi-final, Salford away and Warrington away. What can we expect from each of these games, and who are the danger men in each team? So Luke, do you want to start with Huddersfield?
Yeah, I think obviously, the season at our place, so I think they'll definitely want to bounce back from that and try and get one back over us. So that's something we'll have to be ready for. But we'll definitely have an eye on the week after as well, making sure we put a good performance this week and build build some momentum going to the semi.
So, Kenny Nagama once described you as being built of solid rock. Are you going to prove him right when you face him on Saturday?
Well, I try and run at him, but he's out in the centre, so I'll take a beeline to get him. He's quite hard to tackle, Kev. He's got good footwork, so.
Just do one Tyler, bro.
Good side, yes.
So, who do you think the danger man for Huddersfield is?
Well, obviously we've got Jake Connor at fullback. He's a bit of a wind-up. He's definitely a talented player though. Probably not the most consistent player. I think sometimes it depends what mood he's in and what sort of game you're going to get off him. But no, he's definitely got a lot of talent and one we'll have to watch out for.
So, what about the Hull KR game for that semi-final? Who do you think the danger man is for Hull KR? And what can we expect from it?
Well, I think as you've seen, if you watch much of them this year, they've got a good squad all around. Definitely got a few key men. Michael Lewis is a good player. I thought that Jesuit at hooker went really well when he played us last time. He troubled us out of dummy half. They've got a good pack as well, some good ball carriers. And they like to move the ball down as well, which we didn't deal with too good last time. So we'll have to be better in that department next time.
Are we ready for them this time?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Good answer. So, Tyler, Salford, after that, obviously your old club, a couple of ex-Wickeders in there. What can we expect from that game, and who do you think is the danger man?
I think, well, Salford on the whole, they're on the up, I think. I think they've been putting in some really great performances, and the beauty about Salford is it's so unpredictable. You can preview what they've done one week and they won't do it the same the next week. So I think what they're good at is being unique and not being structured. I think they play better off the cuff. I think the danger men are sort of Tim Lafayette and then McDonald, unbelievable centres. Pretty good at it, so yeah, I'd say Sneed here though, he's seems to be getting better with age.
Apart from when he kicks out.
Yeah, I think.
That was in the start.
Yeah, I think that was one of too many Guinnesses and he's just had a bit of a great part. But no, I think he's one of the key men as well. So, but they've got talent all around. They don't play Super League if they're not talented. So yeah, I think they're a good team all around.
So what about Warrington? We've got them away after that. Who's the pinpoint as their danger man?
It's got to be George Williams, hasn't it? He's the main man, he's the leader. He's been going well for him as well, but I think the wingers as well, Josh Lewis and Mike Ashton as well, been great. And then obviously we've got Toby King as well, who we missed dearly. Yeah, no, I think they've got some good players throughout. It's hard to sort of pick a player there because they're playing well collectively. I think everyone's sort of doing the job and they're doing really well. And that young halfback was going really well until his unfortunate incident. So.
Right, so that's all for the questions. Well, not quite, because we're going to finish with a little quiz. We've got a quiz for both of you. So we're going to start with you, Tom. So your quiz is Wigan and Saints derbies. Are you ready?
He's the best.
We'll start with an easy one. You being a Wigan fan, you should get this. Who scored the winning try in the Good Friday derby at the DW Stadium on 22nd of April 2011?
Can't remember what I did last week.
You've been a big Wigan fan. You should get this.
Sam Tompkins.
No.
No. 2011. Was that when he played the Orange away?
No.
No.
It was a DW. It was sunny. It was cold. cheering for Saints. Still the last couple of minutes.
Still in nappies back then.
Great team there.
Beginning.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Oh,
Give Farrell. One of the most famous Derby cars. Right, so number 2. Wigan and Saints derbies have been played in some iconic football stadiums over the years. But which out of these have they never faced each other at? So, Ellen Road, Leeds, Etihad, Manchester, St James's Park, Newcastle, Anfield, Liverpool, or Vetchfield, Swansea.
I remember we used to play the Magic Weekend at Etihad. Saints used to always play Warrington, so I'm not sure if they played Wigan there. But I can't remember Wigan playing Saints at Liverpool, so I'm going to go Anfield.
It's the right answer, Anfield. Question number 3. In 2009, Wigan were narrowly beaten 19 points to 12 in the Easter Derby. What was so different about that game?
What year was that, sorry?
2009.
2009. I'm sorry, yeah. They were beaten 19 points to 12.
They were narrowly beaten 19 points to 12.
Yeah.
What was so different about that game?
2009. That Saints.
I don't know where it played actually.
Sorry.
Good. It was actually played on a Thursday. Right. Question number 4. The first ever Wigan and Saints Rugby League derby, following the breakaway from Rugby Union in 1895, is played at Knowsley Road at St Helens. What was the final score?
Call a friend on that. Could have been anything going back then. Could be a cricket score. So I'll go 20 points to... Back then, was that when it was 7 points or something like that?
I don't know, what?
30 points to 12.
It was 0-0. Right. 5th and final question for you, Luke. When did Good Friday fall on Boxing Day?
Should never have fell on Boxing Day. Easter.
It was 1899. Good Friday was the name of a horse. It fell in King George VI chase on Boxing Day.
Don't use public schools together.
Right, Tyler, you're up.
I'm more better at riddles and stuff like that. You're like 1% club type.
I'll give you a really easy one. So your quiz is about your rugby league career.
Mine?
So question number 1. When you signed for Wigan Warriors for an undisclosed fee, which player, no help please, which player went the other way as part of the deal?
Single.
I told you it was easy. Well done. So question number 2. You mark your to by scoring a try against Lee. What was the final score of that game?
We hammered them that again, didn't we? Was that 42-12?
Close. 44-18. Question number 3. You played 18 games for Oldham. How many tries did you score?
10.
Correct? One and only goal.
Goal?
Yeah, you're down as a goal.
What, like kicked it over?
Yeah. If you never scored a goal, then Prince is a goal.
Well, I'll take it, won't I?
Question number 4. You won your first grand final last year. 2 players were shown yellow cards in that game. 1 current Wigan player and 1 former Wigan player. Can you name them?
Tom Davis and Adam Keeley.
Well done.
How many did he get? One, so we don't need to carry on this one.
So question number 5, last question. We're going to take you back to the World Cup Challenge. Can you remember what happened on the 18th minute?
18. Was I in the church?
Yeah? You remember?
Was that good one? Or not?
Came on.
Oh, come on.
Well done. 5 out of 5. Boys.
Yeah, but if you had hours to go, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. Still got more than it.
Right, so